Has God ever spoken to you about something that looks impossible? Has He ever led you to something that perhaps you wouldn't ordinarily choose to do? About 25 years ago, God spoke to me about pioneering a new church. It was something I had never contemplated before, and to be really honest, it scared me. When we choose to follow Jesus, we commit ourselves to a different way of living. I call it the God life. It's a good life, but it's not ordinary. Many people think that being a Christian means to follow a set of rules or subscribe to a list of beliefs, but that's not how Jesus describes it. Jesus calls us friends, a friendship defined by what He tells us. That means that we're now journeying with a supernatural God who wants to be involved in our decisions and our plans. And so we find ourselves doing things that we wouldn't naturally do. We see this in the life of Abraham. He was living the good life when God spoke to him about a different future, one that went far beyond what he envisioned for himself. I'm going to make you into a great nation. I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. Now, Abraham had a choice. Would he believe what God said? Believing is not just intellectual assent. It relates to our actions and our behavior. Believing God's words means you live differently. For Abraham, it meant he literally had to leave his homeland and travel to a new land, believing that one day it would belong to him. Later, when he realized he and his wife were barren, it meant that in spite of their aging and decrepit bodies, they could still conceive a child that would go on to become a nation that would bless many. When we choose to live the God life, when we believe in God's words, our lives will no longer be just natural. They'll be supernatural. They'll require God's intervention. They'll require a miracle. In my own life, when God called me to pioneer a church, it too was an impossible situation. We didn't have enough money. We didn't have many team members. It was in a dangerous area, and I had no confidence in myself as the leader. In fact, everyone said I shouldn't do it. But God spoke clearly to both myself and my pastor. The leading was clear as it had been for Abraham. And at that point, I had a choice. Would I live the good life or the God life? When we begin walking with Jesus, we can expect His Holy Spirit to speak about our lives, about our jobs, how we use our time, our money, the types of relationships we find ourselves in. But in believing God's words, don't be surprised that you'll be called to live differently. Your life will go beyond the natural to the supernatural. And then watch out, because miracles are going to happen. You're going to start seeing the hand of God in your life in ways that you could never dream or ask or imagine. Thanks for listening to Everyday God Conversations today. It's been wonderful to have you with us. For more on having your own God conversation, why don't you go to godconversations.com and subscribe to our fortnightly updates there. Looking forward to seeing you next time.